she was my lifeline, really, when you stop to think about it. I mean, here in all these far-flung places, I got means of moving, and I could pack things into her and be independent, and oh no. And I liked it, I just liked it.
Doris Clark liked her Anglia so much, she kept it for 36 years. But after it became too much for her to look after, she gave it away. Now, in the corner of a Sussex barn, it waits for restoration.
Good gear changing for a woman.
Nice compliment from a man.
Today, over 13 million women drive, but there was a time when driving was seen as a male preserve. Although now in the passenger seat, Barbara Hardy was one woman who did drive and chose Morris Minors for 43 years. She enjoyed driving, which was fortunate, as her husband didn't.
He did take some lessons, quite a few lessons actually, but the first time he bumped into the gates of the drive was the last time he drove. He didn't fancy doing it again, so he left it to me. He preferred to sit beside me and tell me what to do.
Her love of motoring started as a girl in the dicky of a Coventry Premier, sitting behind her parents. As with most pre-war cars, a little engineering know-how often came in handy.
If it was a damp morning like this and things didn't start quickly, I used to whip out the plugs and put them on a warm asbestos mat until they were hot, and put them back, screw them in fast and start it. It would go.
In 1955, married with 2 children, Barbara bought her first Morris Minor. She bought another 14 years later.
Up to then I'd always driven my father's cars, you see. But this was our own car, the Morris Minor. I think it was chosen because they were reliable. You didn't see people breaking down on Morris Minors. The less breakdowns you have, the better it is for a woman, because on the whole women don't do things with cars, do they?
Designed by Alec Isigonis and launched in 1948, the Morris Minor was a brilliant piece of design. It had no chassis, but an all-in-one body shell, independent front suspension, and rack and pinion steering, which made the car light and easy to drive. As a car salesman, John McCartney sold hundreds of Morris Minors, many to women.
Women loved the Morris Minor because it was such an easy car to drive. It was very light, it was very responsive. There was a saying that if you drove over a penny in a Morris Minor, you knew whether you'd gone over heads or tail side up, because it was that sensitive. When it comes to manoeuvring in tight spaces, the Morris Minor was ideal in that respect.
Not only was its smooth drive exceptional, its jelly mould shape was like nothing else around.
It's a bit squat for some people. I think it's lovely. There are some people who won't even get in it, but it pleases me.
At the age of 85, Barbara doesn't drive anymore. Rather than sell the Morris, she gets a friend to ferry her around in it. But as an Arcala, the leader of the local cob pack, Barbara would cram her Morris full of boys.
I could fit 5 in the back and I could put 2 on the seat beside me. There were no seat belts in those days and there weren't the cars on the road. I did my own thing in those days. I don't think I bothered much about what other people were thinking.
The success of the Morris showed there was a market for a cheap family car. To take advantage of this family market, in 1951 Austin launched the A30. Standard Triumph, determined to get in on the act, launched the Standard 8 2 years later. At only £480, the Standard 8 offered few refinements. It was smaller and even more basic than the Morris. It had no ignition key, just a switch, and it didn't even have a boot lid. You got to the boot by folding down the rear seats. In an amazing piece of marketing, potential buyers were told that this was an advantage, as it was dust and rainproof. Pauline Hutchinson's boyfriend Peter was the proud owner of an 8, and Pauline learnt to drive in it.
You clutch up slowly, till it's biting.
I actually learned in a Standard 8, which is, I think, the same year as this particular one.
Okay.
I found it very difficult at first.
Pauline hasn't seen a Standard 8 for over 30 years, let alone driven one. But Peter, now her husband, remembers what teaching her was like.
Keep telling. That's it. Coming down a steep hill on a sharp corner when the road was wet, she spun the car round, facing the wrong way, but
Found myself sitting there and he was saying, move!
How on earth she did it with a car like this, I don't know.
By the late 50s, more and more women like Pauline were driving the family car. The market was expanding, with over 500,000 new cars being bought every year.
Latest models at Earl's Court include a new range of Ford estate cars. For safety, a belt is one answer. It also stops the girlfriend getting away.
But manufacturers still thought of the girlfriend or wife as just a passenger.
What, please? Light?
It was as if a woman would never be seen driving the family car.
Fine.
So when Standard Triumph replaced the 8 with the Triumph Herald, it was launched as a car for men.
Relax. That's all for the moment, thank you, Wendy. I'd like you in the driving seat for the next one, please, Giles. Have your hands on the wheel, Giles. Oh, hold it like that. That's fine.
Giles got to sit in the driving seat. Wendy never got a look in. She was meant to be satisfied with something to hang her cardie on.
Oh, look, they've even got coat hooks.